Welcome to Says the Brown Girl. My name is Diamond, and I'm a brown girl with a voice who doesn't mind being heard. So listen up, I've got a word, and it might be just for you. Today's poem is entitled Views, written by myself. Here it goes. The sights up here are amazing. Nothing like the journey it took to get here. It was frantic and unpleasant. At times I wanted to give up, but the sound of encouragement kept me going. Going back down seemed far more easier than going up. But if it wasn't for those voices, I may have turned around. I may have missed out on the views. That mountain, that mountain really made me appreciate the valley. But elevation doesn't occur on either. It's the journey in between. Thank you. Yesterday, I went on a hike to Hanging Rock State Park in North Carolina, and there is a mountain that you climb, and it's a trail. At first, the journey was exciting, I've never been hiking before. It's my first hiking trip, so I was ecstatic. As the trail continued, it started to elevate. And I'm not the one to do cardio, so walking, running, things like that, not really in my forte. So this was a new experience for me. As the trail began to incline, I found myself becoming short of breath and sweating frantically. I began to grow negative thoughts in my mind that, oh my gosh, this is hard. How will I ever be able to finish this? But the friends that I were with, they encouraged me, let's keep going. We encouraged each other to keep pushing forward and keep pushing upward, onward, up the mountain. And man, it was so challenging. But when we got to the top, it was so rewarding. And I know this sounds cliche, but it's the God honest truth. When I got to the top, I was like, wow, this is why I did it. It kind of reminded me of what just happened back there on my journey upward. I went through that stuff so I can see this view. And no, it wasn't just for the view. It was like an accomplishment for me. It was like reaching a goal. You think that's never going to end. This was my first time up, so I didn't know how long it was going to take. I didn't know how far we were going to have to go. I had to go on faith and at the word of friends who have already traveled up this mountain. And oh, that's a revelation right there. The friends telling me to keep going, they had done this before. They had already encountered the challenge that I thought was so challenging. They had already completed the challenge, but I hearkened to their voice. I listened to them because they have been through it before. Can you think of a time in your life where you have gone through something and you have asked friends and they have gone through it as well? And they try to guide you and encourage you to keep pushing forward, telling you that you can make it, you will make it out on the other side. And I found that so amazing because oftentimes we think we're the only people that go through situations when really even people the closest to you have went through this stuff before. They know how to get out of it. They've already completed the task. They have overcome the challenge. And if we just try to understand where they're coming from, we can try to get a feel for what we are going to have to endure, and it will become easier. It will become less stressful. It will become not a challenge to you anymore. When we got to the top, I was like, oh my gosh, God created all of this for me to see. And here I am basking in His glory, looking at His creation. Oh, it was so wonderful to see all the greenery, all the landscape above the ground. It was so rewarding to me. But the poem talks about, oh, the sights up here are amazing, but it's nothing like the journey up here, getting up here. And that's so true. And I posted on Instagram pictures of me at the top of the mountain, but what I didn't post was the journey along the way. Because the journey along the way isn't pleasant. No one wants to talk about the journey along the way. People just want to talk about the end point. People just want to talk about what it's like when you finally accomplish it, but nobody wants to go through the work of getting to where you want to be. And that's not right. The journey is painful. The journey is breathtaking, pain aching. Oh my gosh. But when you come out on the other side, it is speechless. The trip yesterday, y'all, it was perfect. It was perfect. I complain, but at the end of the day, the reward of getting to the top of that mountain and actually, being completed, that's what the takeaway that I'm taking from it. And I wouldn't do it tomorrow, but at some point I would do it again. So I hope you got something out of this. I hope you embrace the journey along the way. I hope you appreciate the mountain so much that you appreciate the valley. The valley is down below and the elevation on the way up. I hope that being at the top of the mountain makes you appreciate what you had to go through to get there. That's it. That's all. This is Brown Girl, signing out.